Okay, so for reaction video number 2, we listened to a TED Talk. It was called The Job Hunt is Dead. It was by a lady named Sarah Andrus. She was really interesting, really experienced, clearly knew what she was talking about, and was pretty empathetical for probably a lot of people because she was a college dropout and had to live at home and pretty much what sounded like refigure out her life probably after she already thought she had it figured out going to college and stuff. And mainly she goes through and talks about sites like LinkedIn and Monster and all these different sites that are job places for people to go online and apply for jobs. And she says that oftentimes people can go on and fill out 100 applications, not hear back from a single one, and she made a point that was really interesting to me, and what it was when people are making an emotional decision, they take the easiest and quickest option, which I get thinking about it. I've done that before, and I'm sure a lot of other people have. It's a really, really difficult thing to do because a lot of times when you're making an emotional decision, you don't give yourself time to process what's actually happening, to go through your head, think through all the options, make sure you're making the right decision. And a lot of times I feel like it's just like, bang, you've made the decision and it's over with. And then you have to deal with the repercussions of maybe regretting that, or maybe you don't regret it, but you still didn't have like another job lined up or anything. But it's not even just about jobs always. Emotional decisions, people don't think as clear as they could. So I think one thing that I personally took out of that was that sometimes when I'm making a decision like that, I need to slow down and rethink what I'm doing, make sure I'm doing the right thing, all this stuff. And that's something that I've actually had to do a lot in my life. So one thing she added to that was she strongly believes that people do this in their careers when they're switching jobs and they're trying to decide if they should leave a job, stay at a job, whatever it may be. It's a very, very common error that people make, and sometimes I'm sure it works out completely fine for people, but I can't see that always being the case. Sarah talks about different types of people that job hunt. There's people who just apply for endless amounts of applications and whatnot. And then there's people who are really choosy, and she said a lot of times either one of these people, they hear whether they apply for 5 or 100, whichever type of person you may be, you still don't hear back from a lot of these places just because the systems that are in place on these websites to help companies find people they're looking for to fill jobs with. And that system that she had a problem with was the applicant tracking system. And what the applicant tracking system does is it does a keyword search, or she said that if you have pictures or something on your application that's not just words, it can eliminate you right away. So that was pretty interesting to me. So it makes me reconsider how I might do a career search. I actually already know what I'm doing. I have it all lined up and everything. But there were times where I had, before I knew what I was doing, that I had considered going on LinkedIn, going on Glassdoor, any of these websites that are like that, and trying to research companies, research jobs, see what I can find, blah, 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 whatever. And so when I hear this video, it makes you really process if that's really the right method to go through. And if I go on one of these websites, how do I make sure that I'm not making a false decision on where I want to work? Is the company I'm going to just somewhere I'm going because I need the money, or is it somewhere I'm going to that's going to actually possibly meet my satisfactions at a job? That's not really up to the company to figure out. That's up to me to figure out. So that's something that me and along with other people who would be using these websites would have to use. But yes, it definitely made me reconsider how I might search for my job if I didn't already know what I was doing. And I think that a personal brand. The career that I'm going to go into is I'm opening my own lawn care business. So I probably have more knowledge in that area than most things. I have a lot of experience, and it's something that I really enjoy. I'm really excited to get it started. Something that I would change is maybe probably my organization. If I was going to change something about myself, I don't organize things well, and I know that's something that can hurt because I could miss jobs or get out of order on something and take longer doing it. All those things. Sometimes I get so locked in on something that I need to rethink what I'm doing and just be a little more organized. I think that would really help me. So, back to what Sarah had gone through, she said people need to find clarity of purpose, and she used a big example on that guy who was on the news and talked about his story and how he brought the donuts and an application instead of just like going online and seeing an application, and how he got all these interviews from it and how he's probably got a job from it. It's pretty interesting to hear, but clarity of purpose was something that I struggled with personally for a long time, because I came to college, thought I knew what I wanted to do, switched my major, thought I would like it more, liked it more at first, and then stopped liking it, and that was hard for me, because then I was like, what am I even doing here? What do I want to do with my life? You just go through all that list of questions, what am I doing here? And it's an emotional decision, and I left the school, but I actually decided to come back before it was too late and I missed a semester. So it's been a roller coaster ride, but it's something that I've learned to figure out. And once I found my clarity of purpose, like I'm starting that lawn care business, like I said, I've never looked back. I can't wait to be graduated. I can't wait to get this started. I know it's a lot of hard work, but that's something I'm excited to do. I've got another job I'm going to work until I get the enough profit coming in from my business to just do that. So, but that was something that was really hard for me. Once I found that clarity of purpose, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I knew exactly how I was going to do it. And obviously there's going to be bumps in the road, things that are going to change, but it's pretty interesting. So, when you have clarity of purpose, everything else becomes easier, she says, and when it comes to building a meaningful career, it's actually doable. It's more easily accessed doing it this way than another. So one thing to keep in mind is your next job choice isn't a forever decision. People think that they should stay at a job forever. Well, if you're not happy with your job, you'll find another one. I thought it was a really interesting video, though. It really opened up my eyes on how LinkedIn and stuff like that didn't work. I've got cousins at other schools where they abuse LinkedIn to find internships and stuff like that, and it works some, doesn't with others. But I always thought they were pretty successful sites, and it was different to hear a different side on it. Thanks.